clubs are powered by hardworking and dedicated volunteers. Today, in partnership with Towards Zero, we recognise the commitments of a volunteer from each team. Each volunteer will be awarded with a Towards Zero Yeti drink bottle in recognition for their efforts. Thank you to all our volunteers here today. Your contributions are greatly appreciated. In conjunction with Towards Zero, AFL Northern Territory welcomes you to Towards Zero Round. As an NTFL community, we aim to create awareness of Towards Zero's aim to create and promote a safer road transport system where no person is killed or seriously injured on Northern Territory roads. In 2018, the first Towards Zero Road Safety Action Plan was released, including 49 action points to positively impact on road safety in the Territory. It is vital that we as members of the community play an important role, and our players today will enter the ground united as one as they commit to creating a safer. In honour of the 31 lives lost on Territory roads in 2023, we ask that you be upstanding if you can to join our players, coaches and umpires as we take a moment to reflect on the lives lost in 2023 on Northern Territory roads.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to beautiful TIO Stadium here on Larrakia Country for round 17 of the TIO NTFL Women's Premier League competition. We've got a big game coming up today, which is really important in the scheme of things on the ladder, Darwin Buffaloes and Waratah. My name's Liz Cruz. Joining me in the commentary box today, Sam Clark. How are you, Sam?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. I was just out running for the game before, and it's hot out there and humid, so I'm sure this will be a tough contest between these two sides fighting for a win to keep themselves alive in finals.
Yeah, the sun has come out very, very hot. We had a bit of rain this morning, which cooled things down, but of course after the rain comes the sunshine. So yeah, great game coming up today. You can see in the oval they've moved the centre circle slightly across after all the rain we've been having, just to protect the ground coming into finals. So they're a bit further away than usual.
Yeah, but in saying that, the deck looks in tip-top shape as well. And this round, we just need to add, it's towards zero round, and on average 500 people die on NT roads every year. So a big campaign to push towards zero. So as the ball goes up here, Tars won the toss and they're kicking to the right of screen, and they've just won that tap. But Buffaloes have their hands on the ball and a quick kick out the middle. Looks like by Adams down to her forward in the number 3 there for Buffs, and that's Michaela Roberts. Comes out the back, and Oldhouse, strong body, doesn't quite get a good kick away, but Finning straight onto that, uses her body well, protects the footy, but picks it up, and Tars are lined up with 4 out the back, but not stopped in their tracks there by Buffs, and a tight contest to start us, and the Buffs are just pushing it forward, and they've just popped into their forward 50 at the moment, and the hands are all in on the ball, and it's just been dragged in with a bit of a tight contest and tuss on the ground, and the umpire will take that.
Fast and furious opening minute here at TIO Stadium. We can see the umpire in the 0 and both the captains for towards zero round.
So ball goes up, Oldhouse just bustles her out the way, but Buffs get a kick inside forward 50 and scooped up there by Tars, but it's just on the deck and nobody can really take a clean possession here, and Tars have just kind of thrown that ball out, but running away from the back, and a quick kick by Finning out to her captain in the 0 there, and Sharona Bishop. She runs onto it, clean as ever, wheels around on the right, kicks it inboard, but cut off there by Roberts, positioned herself beautifully, and she's looking for the switch here, but she sticks out to that far side wing, and a great kick and mark there to a teammate in Hart-Aluni, I think that was, but Hart-Aluni's kicked it and turned over by Finning.
Yeah, good intercept mark there by Waratah. Now they're going to bring it back down the far wing, but that kick's gone out of bounds on the full. So an opportunity here for Buffs just to reset and try and get that ball deep inside 50.
Just need to jump over the fence to get that footy right on our towards zero sign as well. So Buffs will bring it back in here, and just looking for some composure. We've already 2 minutes in, and it's quite scrappy, quite a tense game, so I think it will come down to some composure in this game as to who might take the chocolates. But a great kick in, but a mark there by the Waratahs player, and she'll look to switch. She hasn't got much on, and Oldhouse reads it best and takes a mark on the chest, so she's pushing back.
Yeah, Jolene Bauer that was for Tars, but well read by Molly Oldhouse. Just a little tip kick now. Had the lead there from her teammate in Schmidt, but Waratah again, some great defence now. Winstanley just kicks that out in front of her teammate there, Glover, on the wing. Done well there against Mickey Roberts. Gets the handball off, but some good pressure there by Buffs in Cook. Waratah still able to kick it forward, just keeping it out in front of players, and now it goes over, and it'll be a free kick for the last touch rule.
I think the umpire just called out
about
there.
Yeah, I think it came off someone's foot. It's a bit glary out there today with the sun.
Very glary, and our screen is very glary in here as well. But
bit hard to see.
Buffs will take that kick, and they'll go down the line to a contest, and Tars are out in front there, but just knocked to ground, and Finning with the height and the strength over the top. She pursues the ball straight, runs over it with the pressure from Buffs, and a in the back free kick going the way of Tars. So we'll see them slow it down here.
Yeah, Finning just asking for that ball back, and Buffs just trying to hold them up a bit while they set position. Sharona Bishop now just taps it, but she's well tackled, well met there by Buffalo's Molly Oldhouse again. She's had about 5 possessions in this first few minutes. Intercepted by Tars, though. They've got a player down. The kick's not going to go The distance, it's going to go across and out of bounds in front of Sophia Malboy.
And that Bishop looks like she's just got caught in and under that tackle. Almost looked like a bit of a knee there, so she hasn't moved yet. But Malboy really influential in that contest there, and she was in Buff's best players last week as well, so I think she'll be a key strength down back for Buffs today.
Yeah, she's been a super pick-up, premiership player for Wanderers, I think, but had a long career there, but joined her partner Timmy over at Buffs. Front position there for Tars, taking it out of the ruck, but through for a behind by Laura Smith. That'll be a good battle today, Molly Althouse and Laura Smith.
Yeah, and Bishop's still down here, so I hope that the umpires will just maybe hold this one up here.
Yeah, well, she's 2 metres behind the umpire, so I was hoping you would see her, but Buffs with the kick in now, and a nice mark there on the far wing. Little chip kick. Mickey Roberts there again, looking damaging early in this game. Kicks it into the middle, goes over the top of her teammate now, trying to pick it up, both teams, and now they do, getting a little kick away, but it's only gone about 15 metres and there's a chase for it. Kick off the ground.
Wongamara will kick this every day and kick and chase. She was the rising star last week, and she's going to push into the forward line, hoping a teammate there can run over the top of it, but just didn't quite keep her feet there. Cardona.
Yep.
And she's just caused a contest in the middle here.
So just watching Sharona Bishop back there in her team's forward line, getting a lot of attention now for the trainers. So as you said, Sam, we hope she's okay. But the ball now deep in the Buffs attack.
So Watkins will go up against Finning here, and would say Finning just won that tap, but quick handball out there to Winstanley, and she didn't quite get a kick away from that pressure, and Watkins still pursuing that, but on the left boot, a classic Mickey Roberts kick, and she's popped it just at the corner of their forward 50 and it rolled over the boundary line by Stokes, so we'll get a ball in.
So coaches today, Melinda Taylor for the Buffs, Heidi Thompson for Waratah. Both will be wanting this win for their team. Buffs 6th on the ladder, Waratah's 3rd.
Yeah, and just looking at our team sheets here, Kira Zarafa's not out there, and she's their runner today for Waratahs, so she'll be a big, strong-bodied midfielder they'll miss in the contest today by Tars, but I'm sure she's probably their runner to preserve and keep herself fit and healthy for coming up interstate and NT representative things.
So Waratah now, Bauer's got the 50-metre penalty here, so she's just going to run up across the towards zero signage on the ground there on the wing. Be about, that's a big 50, 80 metres from her team's goal. Bauer on the left. Kick, big pack of players, goes to ground, picked up first by James of Buffaloes. Bauer's going to go back in again, but cut off there by James. Just going backwards and forwards here, both teams. Coming out onto the wing. Nice tackle there by Buffaloes. That was Henry. And it'll be a ball up.
Yeah, so just carrying Bishop off. So she was down for quite a while, with Tars really just holding themselves a player down. So Oldhouse just gets over the top, and a kick off the deck by Buffs, but managed to touch it. So we'll get a ball in right in front of us here and hopefully open up.
And to see the players gasping for air already, it shows the thickness of the heat today, just the humidity and how hot it is out there in this 12:30 game.
Yeah, we're 7 minutes in, and looking, we got some hands on hips around the ground already and knees. So the ball comes back in here. Oldhouse just tried to body her opposition in Bailey out, but Bailey held herself quite well, and Tars have got a quick hands and a kick inside there, forward 50, and pursuing that ball is Hensler, and she'll put a shepherd on for a teammate and picks it up. She has a flying shot on goal, and it's going to just stick to the right and go through for a behind. So 7 minutes into this first quarter, and Tars are just 2 points ahead to Buff's 0 score.
Malboy bringing it back in. Nice looking kick. It doesn't hit a target though. Buffs with the runners and they're first to the ball. Can't quite pick it up. Trying to tap it into their advantage. That's Clemens. But Waratah there quickly trying to get the kick away was O'Dwyer, but it was smothered across the ground. So some good work by Buffs then just to contain the Waratahs.
So we're just waiting for this ball just to come back in. So I think today is going to need a lot of space and a lot of who's going to work harder in the contest. And Oldhouse just uses her body and trips over was Bailey for Tars, and a quick hands and a smart decision to the runner in Henry, who hits up a teammate in Wongamara in the middle, and it's a 1v1 by Ferguson, won that one for Tars. But still in hot pursuit there in the middle of the oval. And Buffs are first to it with a quick hands out the back to Cadell, and Cadell around the corner on the right to Wungamara, who takes her on but gets wrapped up. Umpire deems it's a sling. And the Tars player just good sportsmanship in getting her up there. So Wungamara will have a free kick right on their 50 heading into Buffs forward line.
Had to stop her though, Maddie Jeans. Had to go out and put the tackle on. Wungamara's kick gets chopped off, intercept by Tars there, and a nice mark to Hadjic.
So Hadjic just turns her back on the game just to slow things down and go, let's take a breath, and hits a short target but doesn't just go straight over the head of a teammate in O'Dwyer. And hot in pursuit is Winstanley, and she'll take it and have a quick kick into the middle to Netherway, and Netherway takes the mark and plays on. She's got a teammate by herself in Glover, who takes a mark, and she's about 40 out. She's got Finning running back. She's going to take a beautiful chest mark, and she'll settle this, and she'll go, I'm going to go have a great shot on goal here, and I'm back myself. And she's got a booming right foot kick, and she'll steer this one home, I think. I don't want to give her the commentator's curse, but she's got a great leg on her.
Yeah, Finning was in the ruck against Molly Althouse, but it looks like they've changed positions now. Fitting in the forward line will have a shot on goal. Almost 10 minutes into this first quarter. On the right, straight through, Waratahs with the first goal on the board in this all-important game. 10 minutes into the first quarter.
Yeah, and I think, as you just said, Finning's just moved down forward, just be that key target, and I think they've just left her alone there, Buffs did, and that just isolated her for Tars, and that's how that nice clean play. But Winstanley through the middle there with that run and carry is so crucial to getting that ball and getting that overlap run.
So the important first goal of this game going to Waratah, 1-2-8, leading the Buffaloes yet to score. Buffs have had it in their forward 50 but haven't capitalised, so they'll want to get one before the quarter time siren.
So as the ball comes back here into the middle of the ground, our two rucks are about to go up for it, and our number 0 umpires just beautiful ball up in the middle, and Tars just over the top, but tight contest in the middle. Pursuing that there was Bauer again, and she goes straight onto it. She picks it up, but she's being pursued by Buffs, who's just overrun her, and quick hands out to Henry. But a nice tight contest and one-on-ones around here, and nobody can really get free. But Winstanley out the back.
Yeah, no, Warburton held without it there, and the umpire saw it. So Shay Warburton in the middle now will have a free kick for Buffs. Been a long-time Buffs player, Shay, and also over in Cairns as well, where she worked for AFL Cairns for a few years.
So she's got lots of options coming at her, but she goes for Henry, the runner. It's a 2-on-1 out the back, and Henry just runs straight onto it. Kicks it just inside their forward 50 to a teammate. But Tars are first to the footy, and great pressure there from O'Dwyer, but just doesn't quite have the support, so just needs to hold it up in here. And she'll get a ball up there inside Buffs forward 50. Yeah,
Bianca Stokes and O'Dwyer having a great clash today, not giving each other an inch. So almost a 12-minute mark of this first quarter. Ball up over near the Wanderers shed. Waratah bringing it to ground. Trying to pick it up was Lapira for Tars. Gets the handball off. Gets the one back. Adams down the wing now. And a nice mark there by Netherway. So good delivery by foot today by Tars. Her kick, though, goes over the top. Mickey Roberts just standing under it. She's going to switch the play quickly. She's got the runner out there who's been busy early in Kiara Henry. Gets around her player on the mark. Little chip kick inside the 50. Wasn't far enough to Cook, who couldn't quite take it. Waratah's over the ball now, but there's a pack of Buffs players around them, and it spills out. Kick off the ground. Buffs need to work hard here. There's 3 of them. Free kick has been paid, and it's going to go to Tars.
Yeah, so both teams working super hard in these opening 12 minutes here, and Tars just looking out for that kick out wide, and a great pick up by O'Dwyer, who turns around but pressured on the kick, and under it is Smith, but Warburton just drops that mark as she dives for it, and still head over the footy there, and a great kick by Tars out wide. It's 1-on-1 again, as I've said a few times, and great strength to run through the footy looking for Patmore, but Patmore can't quite get onto it, and that strength has come back in Smith, and she gets a quick hands out to Patmore out the back, and he's kicked it just in the middle of the ground, and it's who's going to run and get it first. And Ferguson and Margindes are on it, but Tars have picked it up. And a quick kick around the corner, and Finning comes at it. She just cleanly picks that up, and a handball out to a teammate, but a falcon straight to one of the Buffs girls right inside. A great smother for her team, and Henry ends up with it, and she finds a target across the field in, looks like James there, but it's again one-on-ones, and Tars have just first to the footy. She's dived on it, will need to get it out, and does so. And Buffs with the numbers, quick hands, beautiful work here by Buffs, just to try and catch their Tars teammates off guard and try and get that empty clear space, and good pressure from there, and rewarded was Buffs with that free kick in the middle of the ground for holding the ball.
Yeah, Grace Dowdy now with the free kick in the middle. Kicks it, goes over the top of everyone, and a nice mark there by Waratah. So Waratah now regaining possession in the back line. I think there's been another whistle because the player was dumped after the kick, so it'll come downfield. And the player that was hit in the face there with the ball just coming off, I think that was Zaymond for Buffaloes. So that hurts when you get kicked in the face by a footy at about, I think it was 5 metres away.
Was not a small soft kick either.
Winstanley now with a little kick finds a teammate high up and under. Finning is under it, reads it best, but just can't quite take the mark. Plays on quickly, and Finning has kicked the second goal for Tars and the second goal for herself in this game, 15 minutes into the first quarter.
Yeah, and Finning working really hard already, pushing right up to cause that contest in the middle, and then just dropping back, and Buffs just aren't working back hard enough on her to pick her up in that forward line, and just giving her a metre or two, and she's got the height and the strength to just overpower that forward line. So great work to Finning there, really working hard in this first 15 minutes as we just tick over into time on.
Just trying to pick up who's on Finning. There's no one at the moment, so Buff's now just looking to send someone to her, and I think they've sent Grace Doughty. So yeah, they just need to pick Finning up and even double team her for a little bit just to stop her momentum.
Yeah, so Buffs just have Watkins just trying to get to that far side wing, so I assume they'll get a warning here for their 5-6-5 rule, which they will get as Watkins just tries to get to that far side wing. But as you said, Grace Dowdy on Finning there. She was in Buff's best as well last week, and I think she's got the body and the strength just to at least match that and work her under the footy. So as the ball goes up here, Warburton just over the top there, and great follow-up work. Gets a quick kick out the middle and good strength to push her teammate off the ball in Clemens, and she just gets a kick off the deck forward, but to no real space when Tars have roved that ball nicely and picked it up, but Buff set up well behind the footy, and Watkins just reads that, steps her player, gets a kick over, but it's touched off the boot, and a contest at the top of Buff's 50, and it will come out the back to Hunt, who Hunt just looks wide to the Paddocker space out there, and Patmore in pursuit. She's got a teammate there to help her, and Smith just takes that footy and gets it deep and long down the wing to again a 2-on-2. And they can work together here, and Tars takes that cleanly, just held off the back of the footy there, and the free kick will be paid, and they were probably out in their forward line there and could have taken that advantage, but they'll take it back. So Tars will get the free kick.
Should be 50 metres for not being returned on the full, but the umpire had his back to it. So
I think as well the rule's actually that if it was in play and it stopped that player from getting the next handball, it's actually 50 as well. So unlucky for Tars there, but they'll make the most of this, and Finning again in the middle of that, but comes out the back is Henry, and she'll get a quick kick into the corridor, but picked up, and she spent it before she had it in Tars there, and a kick off the deck just going back and forth here, and I think they're ready for the quarter time break, but it's not coming yet, and Finning just goes for a dive, playing for that free kick, and that is the quarter time siren. So as we head into quarter time, Waratahs 2-2-14 leading Darwin Buffaloes 0-all, and we'll be back with you after a quick short break.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge, or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin on Larrakia country for the second quarter of this round 17 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League game. We've got Towards Zero safety round this weekend, and we've got Buffs and TARS, as we'll just get the screen back up and running. Really interesting first quarter. It was Waratah 2-2-14 who took the quarter-time break lead. Buffs yet to score. Sam and Kate Finning with 2 goals for TARS.
Yeah, sure was. She was influential that quarter, and I think Buffs should look to put someone just strong and boddier at the moment, but it looks like she's going to head into the ruck for now, so that'll be an interesting battle. I think Warburton's up in the ruck. Old House, that strong body midfielder in there with her as well. So
looks like Finning's going straight to Old House. So
interesting.
Yeah, TAR's got some really 2 ruck choices, obviously with Laura Smith, who's been fantastic for them this season, and Shay Warburton looks like she's going to start in the ruck for Buffs. So we're just waiting for everyone to get into position, and we'll get this second quarter under the way as the umpire holds the ball aloft in the 0, which is obviously the number of deaths we want on our roads, Towards Zero road safety round.
So Smith just wins that tap, but Old House read it best, and a strong body and a quick hands out to Dowdy in the middle there, but Winstanley in pursuit of it. She just grabs an Old House, a boom off the deck, and inside 50 it goes, and it's just rolling in there, and Buffs pick it up, and they're running straight into goal. Can they kick a goal in this first 10 seconds of the game? And they do, and a great shepherd on the line, and a goal to Buffs, the first one of the game for them.
Yeah, Nicole Schmidt, the goal kicker there for Buffs, long-time Buffalo's player, and she just did what they needed to do, put it over the top and clear the Waratah's defence and get it through for the Buffs' first goal on the board. So the score now, Waratah 2-2-14, leading the Buffaloes 1 straight goal.
Yeah, and I think that'll set the tone for their quarter, and they needed to start off quick, and they've done so. And I think a really strong bodied midfield here, and Old House just won that battle, and she was great work by her to get it in and out and never stop in her second and third efforts there. So
obviously the scoring end, all the goals have been scored down the airport end or the Pint Club end in this game so far. So back in the middle now, Smith and Warburton going up in the ruck, and it is Waratah through Winstanley just to clear it out, but cut off by Magini there. She repels the ball straight back through the middle. Foot race on now though, so TARS kick it off the ground there through Jeans, still kicking it off the ground, no one picking it up cleanly.
So Jeans just putting a nice shepherd on there for her teammate in Adams to pick it up, and a quick hands out to Jeans, and she'll go around the corner, but just too close to the boundary line, and we'll get a lasso free kick on the far side wing to Buffs there, and that looks like Dowdy will take that kick in.
Really important to try and keep that ball in and keep the free kick-ins down in a low-scoring game like today, as we see Buffs turn it over straight away, and chopped off there by Chloe Lay.
So Lay will go out here. She's got pressure coming, but Old House sits under it and sticks the mitts up and takes a beautiful mark there. And hopefully she looks to switch this ball, and she's got Roberts working hard from the forward line, and she hits her up, but Roberts just worked underneath it and in pursuit of that ball, and beautiful pick up there by Clemens, and she'll go inside 50 for the Buffs, but can't quite take it, and Wongamara there, but again runs over it, and Ferguson first to it, but beautiful pressure there by Cadell just to smother that ball off the boot, and we've got a ball up deep inside Buffs 50.
Yeah, Buffs just need to get ball side then. When that kick came in, they were just caught on the wrong side, otherwise it would have been much easier than to mark, as Clemens just smashes it out of the ruck. The ball comes out now, tackled pressure there by Wonamara, and now Buffs just wrapping up the TARS player, and we'll have a ball up right at the top of the goal square. So danger here for TARS, and Buffs will be looking for their second goal.
So Stokes just in there. I'd hope she gets herself involved. They're so close. But TARS with the numbers in jeans picks it up. Good shepherd by a teammate, but she kicks it straight out in front. And Old House, beautiful body there, but doesn't quite complete the contest. But picks it up, sells a little bit of candy there, just composes herself and hits a teammate in there in Dowdy, who can't quite take it, and a kick off the deck for TARS out. And first to it is Finning, but into her back is Buffs, and Finning will take that free kick in a half back in the turnover zone.
Fitting now with the kick on the right, finds a teammate, but standing still, and Mickey Roberts over the top. I think she's given away a free kick though for foot in the back. So Jolene Bauer now, and she must have said something, because a 50-metre penalty's been done paid straight away, and so Jolene Bauer, she got a 50 in the first, and now she's got another 50-metre penalty, which is going to take her inside 50, another long 50.
A nice long 50s today.
Two, I reckon. That's about 100 metres.
I think both umpires called a 50, so the non-controlling field umpire definitely called one as well, so she'll have a shot on goal, and the undisciplined might cost Buffs here, giving away this goal early on.
Yeah, great start to this quarter by Buffs, but Bauer now on the right, kicks it to the goal square, but punched across the line by Buffaloes. So 4 minutes into this second quarter, Waratah 2-3-15, leading the Buffaloes one straight goal.
So the experienced Malboy, she'll just run this out, nobody on the mark, or they were just getting back, and she'll look for Old House, and a great kick outside 50, but an even better spoil by Tars there, and they've got numbers and Jeans behind the ball, and Old House just pushes a teammate, opposition, in the back. And
should have been advantage there, because Tars had already released their kick and were 40 metres down the field, so the play's come back here.
Sometimes I think it's the players' recognition as well, knowing that that free kick was paid for that whistle and just not taking that advantage and playing on and convincing the umpires. And we've just had a collision from two players in, and they both went down, but play on says the umpire. And running onto it is Schmidt, but she's got pressure in there, and Finning picks it up, and she's wrapped up straight away. And you've got Winstanley and Murphy out there for the Tars, and Winstanley will just step around a Buff's opponent, but she'll kick it in to the top of the 50s, straight to a contest. But Old House again at the bottom there, and handball out by Magini. She's been quite good in defence early. Then Roberts, just ever so composed, turns around, finds a teammate in Zaymond, and she'll slow it down. She's found a teammate in Watkins as well, so they've just quite changed lanes here, and I think it's just worked for them. And Watkins just calling a teammate forward, and Clemens saying, come on, kick it to me, and you got to take those if you're going to demand in Clemens. But she just drops it, but she hasn't given up as well. She's going to lay this tackle on Hunt, but Hunt gets a handball out first, and looks like that's Stokes in there, and she's used her body strong, a great bump, and I think Adams just copped on the end of that, and Stokes there. She's got a kick inside 50, but just doesn't quite go deep enough, and Tars a beautiful mark to O'Dwyer.
O'Dwyer plays on quickly and sends it back in the middle, but straight to Watkins. She can't quite take the mark, but she's pushing it out in front of her. She's got some backup there in Doughty. Watkins comes out with the ball, puts it on the right. She's got Wanamara there, but it just goes over the top of her fingertips, and Hadjic at the back for Waratahs clears it out. Almost a mark there by Doughty, just dropping it, but she had good support there in Cook. Cook sends it inside 50. Schmidt's there again. Her kick goes straight into a Waratah player. Wanamara there, but beautiful diving mark in last line of defence for Waratah in Ruby O'Dwyer. She's really coming into this game now in this second quarter.
Yeah, she's another one that's consistently in Tar's best as well, and she had a 2-on-1 there, and she really had to commit, and she sure did. So she's hit up a teammate on the far side flank who's just gone deep to the wing, but sitting under it was Watkins, and she can't quite take the mark, but Magindi took that, and Watkins gets a handball back, and her teammates are saying go long, and she's done that. She's gone inside 50, but Tars have read it best through Hunt, and she'll just slow this down. And I thought she didn't quite lift her eyes for that switch, and I think they would have had it on there, but she's found a teammate and just dropped that mark. But Chloe Lai straight onto it with a handball out, and Henry running onto it. She'll always kick it off the deck if she hasn't got space to pick it up, and Wongamara, great body to just try and out-body a bigger opponent, but not taking cleanly, and Tars have the footy and Lai straight onto it, but a huge bump by Old House, and fair bump, I'd say, play on. Just Lai wasn't ready for that one. But it's gone deep inside, and Buffs have the numbers, and Wongamara, she's going to snap a goal, and it's just hit the woodwork. So Buffs, looking promising here.
Yeah, just frantic football. Like, there was just no clean possession, going backwards and forwards for a number of minutes. So Waratah 2-3-15, leading the Buffaloes 1-1-7, and yeah, there's a few tired players out there 8 minutes into the second quarter. So there's a player just down at the moment from that bump, and Waratah kicking it in on the far side. Kiara Henry grabs it, sends it back inside 50. Got a player all on her own there in Nicole Schmidt. There's no one on the mark. Schmidt plays on, sends it goalwards, and she's kicked 2 goals for the Buffaloes. So Buffaloes, Nicole Schmidt doing a great job for her team in this second quarter.
Yeah, just so composed there, and she knew that no one was on the mark, and she has the composure and the skills on her just to steer that one home. So the scoring end is telling us to the right of screen as well. So Buffs just 2 points behind, and it's swung their way in this quarter, and they've taken that momentum off Tars.
Yeah, just got a really good footy brain, Nicole Schmidt. She's played over 100 games for Buffaloes, and she's... just, like I said, clever footy brain. She turned and realised quickly there was no one on the mark, so she could run in and kick a good goal. So 9 minutes into the second quarter, we've got a 2-point ball game on our hands.
Yeah, and that Tars player still down. I think that was Lai that went down. She's just got up onto her feet here, but
they're just walking off now.
Walk her off onto the bench, I think.
Yep, she'll go through the interchange.
So we're 9 minutes in to this second quarter of this round 17 towards 0 clash between Darwin Buffaloes and Waratahs in our Women's Premier League comp. And the game before us saw Saints get tested in the first quarter, with Palmerston taking the lead into the first quarter break, but Saints storming home by about 50 points in that game. So they're pushing for top of the ladder. They're pushing to be top 2 for this game, and the ball's gone back up, and we get a quick kick down into Tars forward half, and Winstanley first there versus Roberts. Roberts just careful not to push her teammate in the back and just forcing a ball up because she just knew she was outnumbered there. So we'll get a ball up on the far side flank in Waratah's forward half.
Yeah, interesting round. We've got 2 early morning games, and then the other 2 women's games tonight are both at 7 o'clock. Tiwi Bombers and Pint, and Nightcliff Tigers and Southern Districts. And I commentated Southern Districts last weekend, and they are big improvers. They've got some great talent in their team.
Yeah, they got such depth to have 3 teams across the 3 divisions as well. So I wouldn't write them out over the next couple of years. But Winstanley gets a quick kick, and it's gone inside their forward 50, and Henry just overruns the footy. But pursuing it is Bauer, and she runs over it, and it looks like Hudson in there. She's just using her body, tries to do the fend off, and she's been taken holding the ball, and Henry will look to play on here, and she's got 2 teammates out there, and Watkins takes a great mark. She's got leads coming at her on the wing, and she finds there Henry again working hard, and it's just gone through some hands and over the top, but Henry there pursuing the ball, using her body smart with a quick kick away by Tars, but set up beautifully. Roberts there.
Yeah, Mickey Roberts just reading the ball so well. Former Collingwood listed player, Darwin Buffaloes premiership player, NT Thunder player. Had a great career. Roberts now, big kick off one step. Wanamara at the back. Touched, sends it inside 50. She's got, I think it's Warburton there, all on her own. No, it's Cardona. She picks it up. She gets tackled by Tassone. Ball spills out. Wanamara's there, picks it up, tries to get around, puts it on the right. Going to get to the goal square, 1-on-1, almost a mark by Buff's Kiara Henry, but Tars just see it across the line from behind. So 1 point the difference. Waratah 2-3-15, Buffaloes 2-2-14.
Henry was just in everything there. As soon as that ball was inside 50, she was legging it to that goal square, just ready for that 2-on-1, and just got a bit outnumbered there and couldn't do much. But Watkins will try and spoil this ball off Lai, and Tars have the numbers there, and Smith with a great shepherd off the ball but couldn't quite pick it up. Was Tasson, or Patmore, sorry, and picked up by Watkins, and she's having a great quarter here, and a dinky little kick trying to find her vice captain, but Tars have got the ball and they're looking tired, and Smith just tries to run through it. I'd imagine this is holding the footy, and so the umpire has called it a throw, and a great call there. So number 13 in Dowdy will get that, and she just puts a nice high ball to a 2-on-2 here, and nobody takes that mark. It just drops in the middle of everyone, and Tars have the numbers here, and the quick handball over the top. Great shepherd out the back pursuing it, but she's got numbers, and Bauer just off the side there, and she's a beautiful tackle by Buffs at Cadell, but Tars still pursuing it, and Henry just uses her feet first, and that'll be a lasso free kick. She didn't mean it.
Yeah, but it's one of, like, she could have marked that quite easily. She was in the front position, but you said it earlier, she always kicks off the ground, and when they've got the lasso rule, it doesn't always work. So Waratah bringing it in, it goes off hands, taken there by James of Buffs, but Finning coming through, gets a little handball off to Winstanley, just pushing it forward here, Waratah. Buffs first to the ball in Zayman. She gets a push in the back, and he's rewarded with a free kick.
There's a very obvious push there, so Zayman's going, come on, just give me the footy. And she'll look in the corridor, and a great kick to a teammate in the middle there. Can't quite, looks like Ransom, but she'll go find a teammate, and it looks like Cook. Ooh. Cook just doesn't quite take that mark, and they're still pursuing it. Buffs through Dowdy, and underneath it there is Patmore, and she gets her hands out, but Buffs still with numbers, and Tars need to get some teammates over there, but Buffs pick it up. A kick into their forward 50. You got Wungamara. She'll just turn around and go. Can she get a boot onto it? It's a goal anyway. Doesn't matter. I thought she touched it, but great goal to Darwin Buffs.
Yeah, just trying to pick up the player. It was kicked from just inside 50, so fantastic effort, and well done by Wungamara just to shepherd it through for a goal. So Darwin Buffaloes have hit the lead for the first time in this game, 3-2-20 to Waratah 2-3-15, and we're going to just trying to pick up that player there in the corner of the screen. I can't quite see the number, so I'll grab that off the scorers at half time. But yeah, Buffs in the lead.
Yeah, and that momentum, Tars just can't quite rip it off them. I think Buffs are working harder this quarter than Waratahs are, so they're being rewarded on the scoreboard as well. So we'll go back in the middle here, and it's Smith versus Warburton, and Henry's gone to Finning, and they've really shut down Finning this quarter, and I think she's just hanging back in the forward line, but Buffs midfield's just working really hard to not let it get over the top of them. So as the ball goes up here, Warburton stands under it, and on cue, Finning picks it up but can't quite get it out and just drops it out. But play on, says the umpire, and in pursuit is Ferguson, but Watkins there ready, and a great handball by Ferguson to a runner. But ball smothered off the boot of Jeans, and she'll look to get it, but it's rolled over the boundary line, so we'll get a ball in pretty much no one's territory, about halfway on the far side wing.
And I think the goal kicker was Kian Hart-Aluni, so she's got the long ponytail over the number on the back, but I'm pretty sure we'll award that goal to her, so putting her team in front.
Very risky with the long pony. I've got my hands caught in someone's hair before, so it's not a nice feeling.
Throw in now, Warburton underneath it, just taps it over the back. Big pack of players around it, Warburton pushing it forward ahead of Finning. Tars now picking it up, but getting wrapped up in that tackle coming through. Watkins been great in this second quarter. Watkins first to the ball once again, gets wrapped up there and brought to ground, and should be a ball up.
Yeah, and I'm really glad she didn't kick that footy off the ground then. It's such a natural thing for girls to kind of not just commit and just take the tackle, but she just picked it up and said, that's mine, and she just took the tackle and forces a ball up here. So I don't mind that as well, but as the ball goes up, Smith just over the top there and can't quite get it, and some hands come out and didn't quite get the handball away, and great pressure by Hart-Aluni, it looks like, Cadell, and she'll go deep inside Buffs forward 50 and running back, or just a slip over there by O'Dwyer, and Buffs have numbers here, and Hart-Aluni, can she kick another? But she's just sitting out the back, comes out to Clemens with a quick hands and a great smother, and great work by Netherway there, but a tackle by Clemens. It's really tight tussle here going back and forth, and Tars have picked it up through Adams. She gets a handball out, but not quite the correct way, and a free kick will go to the Amber Wungamara, the rising star from last week.
Yeah, there's a Buffs player down just behind the player on the mark, getting up slowly. I think it's Kian Hart-Aluni, but Wungamara now takes a bounce. Interesting. Sells the candy, takes another one, goes out wide. Too wide, and that has gone through for a behind. So interesting there by Amber. She probably could have just had a direct kick there, but Buffs now 3-3-21, Waratah 2-3-15. So pretty late in this second quarter, 17 minutes already.
Yeah, we've had 3 goals kicked this quarter, so Tars haven't kicked a goal and Buffs have kicked the 3, so we'll be close to quarter time here. But Wungamara opened her candy shop before, but didn't quite get through the door. And we'll have a ball up, throw-in, on the far side wing. So we're deep into time on here, and just to see, I'd like to see Tars just try and hold it up, not needing to score, and just prevent Buffs from scoring, sitting in their half. And looks like Smith will go up against Old House in the ruck as this ball gets balled up, and a great, nice high ball in. Smith just out-bodying Old House then. Don't think she was ready for that, and it comes out to Finning, who just knocks the ball out, and Smith tries to get her hands out, and Finning gets it, and around on the right. A snap just straight onto the wing, and a great one-on-one contest there, but sitting under it is Buffs, the Warburton, and she's just held on to there. I think that was actually, not sure who it was, but goes inside. She goes over the pack of players in Henry, and a 2-on-1 she's kicked to, so not the best option, but Tars have kicked it inboard, and Clemens just over the back to spoil that, and Smith underneath it, and I think we'll get a ball up here.
Yeah, umpire blowing the whistle. So 18 and a half minutes into this second quarter, and Buffaloes, after not kicking a goal in the first quarter, have hit the lead by So Old House out of the ruck, high, up and under. Wanamurra is there. It bounces over the top and she takes it. Wanamurra. Kick just comes off the side of the boot. They've got a player underneath it. They've got the weighted numbers here, Buffs, if they can just pick it up. Wanamurra goes back in, picks it up, kicks a goal. Amber Wanamurra, what a superstar.
She goes, that didn't come off my boot probably the first time. I'll make sure it does the second.
Going to go and chase it. So Buffalo's now 4-3-27, leading Waratah 2-3-15 after, as we said, Buffs not kicking a goal in the first quarter. They have bounced back.
I think in that contest there, that started with Old House in there. She goes, Smith, you're not going to body me out of this once anymore. Just a nice, used her body well, timed it well as the ball came down and just tapped it straight down to her teammates. So Old House starting that one in the middle, and as we head into 19 and a half minutes into this second quarter, Darwin Buffaloes 4 goals 3-27, leading Waratahs 2 goals 3-15.
Yeah, Buffalo's player just being helped from the ground by the trainers. Can't quite pick who that is, but we'll keep an eye on it. And waiting to come on, looks like Yana Ransom and Bianca Stokes. So Buffs should take a good lead into half-time, Sam, after not kicking a goal in the first quarter.
Yeah, Heidi won't be happy with that. I'm sure she'll give them a bit of a razz up and a spray maybe and just try and pump their tyres, because tyres are just looking a bit flat this quarter. They're not really attacking like they did in the first quarter, so they'll need to match that body and that run and attack by Buffs.
So Bianca Stokes coming on, and the player coming off, I think, is Cadell for the Buffs. So black underway in the middle. Smith takes it out for Tars. But beautiful defensive mark there, chopping it off. I think it's Zaymond again for the Buffaloes.
So her kick goes wide to a teammate sitting under it, but Ferguson first out with the ball and she kicks around the corner. Can't quite get it, is Hadjic there, but great pressure from Buffs and a great smother by Dowdy there. We'll just keep pursuing the ball, but Smith so strong, and Old House comes in on Lai. Lai can't quite get it away, and she'll win herself a free kick right on this siren and far too far out to have a shot on goal. But Darwin Buffaloes leading 4 goals 3-27 against Waratah's 2 goals 3 at a half time of this round 17 clash. We will be back with you after a short break.
You know Territorians go a long way for one another. So it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we are here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Looking for a fun day out with your family or friends? Putt on over to Palmerston Mini Golf. With our beautifully landscaped course suitable for all ages, you'll have a blast playing mini golf here at Palmerston. We offer the perfect setting for kids' birthday parties, complete with special packages to make their day unforgettable. And if you're looking to have some fun with your mates, we have you covered too. Play during the day or under lights. We're open until 10 p.m.
And we'll see you around Palmerston Mini Golf.
Find us at the Palmerston Golf and Country Club.
So we're here on a Friday night for our NAB AFL Auskick, where we run a girls only option, and the kids are pumped, ready to rock and roll and have some fun with the footage.
We signed our daughter up for Auskick because her big brother did Auskick last year and she just loves it. I thought signing her up for a girls only group would be a great chance for her to kind of be with some friends in a comfortable environment.
The thing about a girls-only team that I think Zoe really enjoys is that she gets to run around with like-minded girls. They get distracted, they do cartwheels, they hold hands, they sing. It just makes it a bit more of a fun experience.
I like Auskick because I get to play with my sister. We love Auskick!
A number of parents have asked if their daughter has to be in your girls group, and they don't. There will be some girls that will naturally just gravitate to brothers or cousins and join the boys group and have just as much fun if it were to be single sex. So yeah, there's definitely options there every Friday night.
My girls just love interacting with the other girls here. They love kicking a footy, they love learning the skills, and they love the hot dog at the end. I love joining in with my girls. I actually can't help myself, and I love to see the skills not only of my kids but of the other kids in their girls-only group really developing over the clinic.
Evie just loves playing the games, learning new things. She'll be doing it then for the rest of the weekend, doing her favourite kicks, telling us how many goals she kicked on Friday night.
The best thing about Auskick is that it's really fun. It's lots of fun for them.
Barty gets a hand pass out to Mackenzie. Mackenzie kicks high and wide to half forward. Munkara's going to get there first. He takes the mark. Looked like he wanted to play on. He's called to play on, but clever enough to get around the player on the mark. Kicks long from outside 50 towards goal. It looks good. That's the way he likes it. Doesn't like the simple set shots, Nick. He likes to make it as hard as he can, and he did exactly that and pumped it through for the first goal of the game.
And to said 3 goals, this shouldn't be a very long quarter at all.
Oh, the kick's just overcooked and gives Saints the chance. As the hand pass comes out to Dylan Lant, he kicks towards goal. I think he's snuck it through. It was Paredes who got it to Lant, and the 2 players down here as the ball hits the defensive 50. Some good work by Glover, paddled it out to the advantage of Dylan Lant. Dylan Lant on the right boot, kicks towards goal. You wouldn't believe it, he's put it straight through the middle from about a metre inside the boundary line. A goal out of nothing there for St Mary's. But quickly the hand pass comes out here, the chip across the ground, and the mark's taken here by Ted Castle just at the front edge of the centre square. Saints attacking area. He kicks long towards the goal square. It could go all the way here. It's going to go all the way. That's a magnificent kick as Tex Corowa got back, thought about taking the mark, had a quick look at the goal line and saw it floating towards it and let it go. But Edmonds picks up, gets a dribble kick forward to the advantage of Paredes. He ducks back inside. He hand passes off, and now a long kick from Musgrave towards goal. It's going to go all the way through from just inside the forward 50 out there, and Mitch Musgrave having a terrific game tonight. One level. It's picked up by Klusky, but his kick was smothered, and now Cassidy again finds some space, kicks long. Everyone falls over except Magro. Magro out the back, takes the mark, runs off and bangs it through for a Waratah goal, a much needed Waratah goal. Set up behind the ball as Corowa comes across the front. The ball spills to the ground. Offerman's kicks off a step as into the goal square. I think Glover's got a toe to it, and it's dribbled all the way through. He was celebrating when the ball was still a couple of metres out being chased, but and he kicks long down towards half forward. The ball off hands, spills over the back. Musgrave trying to paddle it forward, gets it to the advantage of Offermans. He's got some space now, runs towards goal, kicks truly through for another St Mary's goal. Fist pumping in the air all the way. Just missed the target, and Saints have pounced again. Ted Castle this time running through the centre square, delivers out in front of Glover. He takes the mark, he's off and running. He signals to Ted Castle in appreciation of the pass as he's running towards goal, and then just keeps running and thumps it through, and the game's almost done, Nick. Woods again, and Davies looking to switch to the outer side of the ground. This is a dangerous kick. It's a chance for Tars now, as coming in there is Hillis. He takes it, hand passes off to Magro, standing in the goal square by himself, and just a bit casual there from Saints. Thought they had control of the ball, but plenty of Tars players working back. But Sauter does really well to get it back to Paredes. He hand passes forward to Jack Lant. Jack Lant off and running into the open goal from about 30 metres out. Just thumps it through. So as Tars just chipping it around the outer side of the ground. The siren goes to end the game, and in the end, a convincing victory to St Mary's, Nick.
43 points in the end, 3 points at quarter time, 4 at half time, 31 at three-quarter time, and they just finish it off then with a 43-point victory.
For Nightcliffe at centre half forward. He's gone the short option on the left. Pretty casual, but effective, and just advances the ball about 10 metres, and Cody Zeus takes the mark. Stammering run up, kicks on the way. I think he's done exactly as you've said, Nick. And just squeezed it inside that left-hand goalpost. So the first goal of the game goes to Nightcliffe, and it's Cody Zeus. And Zeus takes the mark. Now chips the ball forward, looking for Peris at half forward. It's a well-weighted kick, and Peris takes the mark over the back and goes back and steadies down. Peris Kicks along towards goal. I think he's judged that one pretty well. He has. It's through for another Nightcliff goal, and this is a worrying start to the game for Pint Nightcliff with the first 3 goals on the board. He's himself from here. It's a long kick going right to the goal line. It's players fly for the ball. It's loose on the ground. There's a snapshot at goal, and I think it's good. It is. And that was Cooper Darms that got on the bottom of that. And Brad Ryan under a bit of pressure kicks inboard towards half forward. But Nightcliff again with the numbers in defence, and they just run it away. And now Moody has a bounce and then swings a hand pass out wide to Darms. Darms goes in towards goal and kicks it easily enough with an unprotected goal square and just put it through without much trouble whatsoever. But wasn't in any better position, and Nightcliff have turned this over again. Sing Lippo gets it out wide to Eilert. Eilert with a bit of time hits the pass. It gets over the back and to the advantage of Nightcliff as Buxton runs onto it, kicks towards goal. It's bouncing in the goal square and it bounces all the way through, and the big fella's got himself on the scoreboard from that passage of play. Cut across the front of the pack, got a hand to it and then controlled the ball at ground level. But it's Pint trying to bring the ball away again. Again, their skills let them down, and it's picked up by Darms, who thumps the ball in. He's celebrating as soon as he's kicked it, and it's another Nightcliff goal in this second quarter.
And that's Cooper's 3rd goal for the night.
Forward, big leap from behind, and pulling it down. Rinaldi there just flicks the ball over the top and falls into the hands of O'Brien. O'Brien out wide, looking for Jones out there, but the ball spills to the ground. Here's a chance for Pint on the left foot, and it's through for a goal. They've got there first, and just looking to see who it is that they're all congratulating. The wing working his way to the front was Garnham. The ball was thumped away, but Brett on the run for Pint, kicks long. It cuts it over the back to Jones again, but it slips through his hands. But at ground level, here's a chance, and the snapshot is good. And it's another Pint goal in this last quarter, and this time it was Marsden who got on the end of that one. And Politis is going to go all the way back to Henderson as the siren goes and ends the game, one in which Nightcliff have had control for most of the game, Nick, but Pint did manage to put a little bit of respectability on the scoreboard in the last quarter.
Absolutely, 8-12, 60-3, 8-26, a 44-point win. So
kicks it in, Cantilla. Brendan Cantilla moves it quickly. This is what I love with the Tiwi Bombers. And has that carried over? I think it's carried over. It's a goal. They're just confirming it is.
Footy, handball now by Thompson, going back inboard to Cantilla. He shrugs the tackle, takes a bounce, runs inside 50 and puts it on the right. And whoa! Another goal for the Tiwi Bombers. Almost 13 minutes into this first quarter.
So Ryan hits it down to Jono Ross, if you don't mind. Kicked 9 last week, and he's got his goal tally ticking forward with 1.
Flew, taps it backwards, but no one there. Front position, Tiwi Bombers gets the hands off, but it goes straight to Sam Smith. Smith looks straight at the goal, straight over the top of the umpire's head, and Sam Smith with a goal for the Crocs.
Field, the ball's tracked straight to him. Waistcoat takes it. Has a snap on goal. Brander's going to track this. He takes the mark and held
Played
up
on.
and then kicks the goal. But the umpire says, yep, that's okay. And Brander has his 5th goal.
Right, little toe poke on the boot now. Trying to work it out there, the Tiwi Bombers.
Advantage paid, and Anderson, he's kicked it. And he celebrates by grabbing his jumper. District's well in the lead now, 54 points. Tiwi, can they get a goal? They pick it up in the goal square, and they've got one. They've snagged one back there, the Tiwi Bombers. Well done. And I think that was Thompson.
Yep.
Hits the ground running. Poor Jimmy. Does it stay in? Nice. Poor Jimmy. Oh, can he kick it? Can he get the second? 2 in a row he has.
Oh,
poor
great
Jimmy.
goal.
Well done. And there is the man that I marked. Barry charging at the footy. Just puts it off. Well done, Dylan Barry. Ruska has a shot and he's nailed it. You can thank Dylan Barry, the pressure that he applied there on the back six for the Tiwi Bombers, and Brendan Rusker gets his first goal there by Braden Rioli. 1-on-1. Stanley Tipalura at the back. Kicks it off the ground and kicks it.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the third quarter of this round 17 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League game between Darwin Buffaloes and Waratah. Very interesting game so far. Liz Cruz and Sam Clark in the commentary box, and after not kicking a goal in the first quarter, Buffs kicked 4-3-27 in the second to take the lead into half-time, Sam.
Yeah, and I think Tars is actually sitting third on the ladder, a game ahead of Nightcliff at the moment. So they have the scoring end so far. I don't think a goal's been kicked down the other end yet. To the right of screen, and as the ball goes up, Smith versus Warburton in the ruck, and Smith just over the top, and it just taps her teammate in Watkins on the shoulder, but pushing it forward, and Smith picks it up. She's looking out the back for a teammate. They've obviously been told use our runners in Bauer, but can't quite take it, and the ball's in dispute in the middle of the ground, and Wynne Stanley comes out. She's just pushed in the back there, so she'll win herself a free kick in this first 20 seconds of this game. Still in the middle of the ground, actually, but Wynne Stanley looking for a teammate, and Oldhouse read it best, playing in front, taking a nice chest mark on our edge of the square.
Oldhouse, sorry. She switches it, finds a teammate there in Henry. Henry blazes away, goes through the middle, goes over the top of two teammates, but Stokes reads it best at the back. She just needs to pick it up. Bianca Stokes, the captain, gets it wrapped up. Loose ball now. Waratah's pushing it forward. Stokes goes back in again. Gets picked up by Tars, but tackled off the ball now. Tars are away, getting the kick away. Goes straight to the Buffaloes, though, in James. She plays on quickly with a kick and cut off there by Finning.
Yeah, it looks like they've moved Fitting to half back, and I was just saying at the quarter time break they really need to just inject her into the game, into the ruck or so, just to give a bit of a spark for Tars. But Tars have started off strong this quarter and towards the scoring end and head over the footy there, but comes out the back of it is Tassone, and she gets a quick hands, but not quite the handball as expected by a teammate. But a quick kick inside, Patmore in pursuit. Malboy reads it best, takes it up on the chest, hits up a teammate in Zaymond, and she's just going to slow it down in a beautiful mark. So she'll go down this near side wing to Watkins, who just drops a nice easy sitter, but picking it up is Wynne Stanley, and she'll find a teammate just on the paint in the 50, and Patmore plays on. She's got a couple of teammates there. A beautiful kick out in front, and Malboy, great mark.
How good was that by Sophia Malboy? She switches it now. She's got to play it all on her own. Can't quite take the mark is Henry. She covered a lot of ground, though. Gets a little handball over the top to Cook. Just trying to get it out of the 50 there. The defensive 50, but Smith comes in for Waratah. Bauer in there as well, appealing for a free kick, and she gets one.
Yeah, just a little tug of the jumper there. A bit unlucky, but Cook just grabbed her and let go, and Tars have got it there, and she plays on and didn't quite come off the boot, but Patmore just takes a mark on the chest, and she'll go back looking for a set shot on goal, and she'll have to kick this from about 35 out. I'm not sure if she's got the distance, but
yeah, and there's a big pack of players in the goal square, so it'll have to go over the top of everyone. Patmore running in, gets onto it, but it's going to go through for a behind, punched across by Oldhouse. So the first score of the third quarter goes to Waratah, 2-4-16, trailing the Buffaloes 4-3-27 at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter.
Yeah, Malboy's played some smart footy already in this 3 minutes of this quarter, and she hits up a teammate in Zaymond. Again, same spot as about a minute ago, and Zaymond just tickles the inside a little bit, and it's gone over everyone and out the back to Dowdy, and Dowdy just gets it on the boot under pressure from Tars, but first to it is Hensler, and she'll just keep trying to knock it forward. Netherway's in there as well. She picks it up, gets her hands out, and a great pursuing tackle by Schmidt, and rewarded is Schmidt with the free kick on a halfback, centre half back there.
Yeah, Schmidt now kicking in a great mark in front by Watkins. She had a fantastic second quarter. Wheels around, just goes over the top there. They've got the runner there, though, in a Ransom. First to the ball, but she's got Bauer in hot pursuit. No one can quite pick it up. Hell without it. Bauer once again. She's played really clever footy today. She's got herself 2 50-metre penalties and a few free kicks.
Yeah, I think Henry just tried to let go there, and Bauer literally just used her body just to say, yeah, she's hung on to me. And Karma comes back, and Watkins turns that ball over and takes a great mark in the middle of the ground. She runs around Finning, kicks it inside, but a cut off there by Tars in number 15, maybe Patmore that was, not sure. But comes out to the far side flank, and they're looking composed, Tars, this quarter. As they go inside into the corridor, just goes into a 2-on-1. Goes up was Winstanley, didn't quite win the footy, and a handball and a kick out to Buffs, and Watkins going to pick it up, and she takes on Smith, and I wouldn't take her on, I'd get rid of that ball straight away. But kicked off the deck by Buffs and a quick hands, and that's come out to Adams, and Adams has gone the fend off, didn't get rid of it properly, so unlucky for Buffs. It's come out to Roberts, who kicks around on the left, and Finning cut that one off on her centre half back.
Yeah, Finning now is going to switch it to the grandstand side, leading to the ball. Buffaloes trying to pick it up, but got 2 Waratahs hot on her heels. There is Zayman. She keeps kicking it to her advantage. She's got some support now, picks it up finally, but just gets tackled without it, says the umpire. Very well done there, Zayman, just to keep it out in front of her, and she's won herself a free kick.
Very, very smart footy there. Just didn't quite take possession, but knew that tackler was going to commit, so she just gave it a little tap, and she won herself that free kick, and I very well deserved. She's come from their half back, so she'll look in board, and Tars just turned around, done a little dance in there, and Dowdy picks it up. She's looking for a teammate deep. Over the top with the spoil was Jeans, and pursuing it is O'Dwyer. She gets a quick hands out and looking for the switch, but Henry's going to be first to the footy. And she's head over the footy and just bumped off the ball, but doesn't get that free kick as expected, and another one will come for something, I'm not sure, but
been paid to Tars.
It's going to go the way of the Tars.
So Tars now deep in defence. They're going to stick to the far side by the looks of it. Playing in front, Mickey Roberts just chops that off. Some beautiful football there by Roberts. She's just slowing it down now, just telling her teammates to slow it down as well. So by the time she kicks it, she'll be just inside 50. She's going to go goalwards. Stokes gets caught behind Tars' front position, and it comes off hands to a teammate now. So Tars with a clearing kick, but goes only as far as Shea Warburton. Warburton plays on quickly, sends it deep inside 50. There's no one there for Buffs though, and easily chopped off by Tars, who are going to try and bring it out of defence now on the grandstand side. Ooh. Yeah.
I was about to say great tackle, and then I saw that arm slip over, but great tackle by Cook there to turn it over and just chase her down. She's quick off the mark, and she'll go in deep, and she's got a teammate there just trying to shepherd and hold her position, and has done it more than 5 metres off the footy.
Yeah, there's been a free kick to Tars there. So they're doing well in defence here. There's an onslaught of Buffaloes trying to get that goal as the kick comes in, and it's taken by Tars.
Maddie Jeans, that is.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Hard to see today. It's very bright. So her kick, though, beautiful mark under the ball by Glover now. Glover has a big kick on her. She's going to keep it along the Morris Rioli grandstand side. Punched away by Oldhouse. It's going towards the line. There's a big pack running towards it. And just tried to kick it, was Spalding, and it should be last touch rule and a kick to Waratah. So probably could have just bent over and picked it up there and run it across a bit more inconspicuously.
Yeah, so she'll look inboard, but first there is Majindi, and she just dropped that one, but a quick kick out by Buffs, and Tarza set up nicely behind the ball, and Jeans gets a handball over the top, but and the quick hands is going back and forth. Jeans still in pursuit, tried to get a kick away as she's tackled, but Buffs have turned it over here, and Schmidt's got it, and she just took a bit too long, and umpire says play on though. And Buffs really good defensive work here, just haven't given up and still going as they are. And a dropped mark there by Hunt with a quick pick up by Majindi, and ball still in dispute on the ground, and Oldhouse goes, I'm coming in, I'm picking this up. She can't quite get a hold of it. She's still going, gets a handball, strong tackle off the ball by Glover, and just slams Oldhouse into the ground. No free kick play on, and Finning's got it on this near side wing, and she plays on. She hasn't got much forward of the ball, but in hot pursuit was Majindi, and Finning, not a great kick. Malboy just trying to cut that off, but Winstanley comes out with it. Can she get it around? It's a 3-on-1, a 3-on-2, sorry. round the corner. It's going into the goal square. Can she shepherd it through off the boot of Murphy? That is, and I think she's kicked Tar's third goal for the game.
And more importantly, their first goal since the first quarter. So, some desperate defence there by the Buffaloes, but Murphy with a goal, a much-needed goal to the Tars, who still trail 3-4-22, the Buffaloes 4-3-27 at the 9-minute mark of the third quarter, so back to a 5-point margin.
Yeah, I think of that 9 minutes, Tars just never gave up. They just, every contest, they were contesting everything. They were first trying to put their head over the footy, making sure there was no clean possession to Buffs, and they were rewarded from that effort there. I think the umpire's just blowing his whistle or something's going on here.
Yeah. But, back in the middle now. It looks like players are walking towards the middle. Molly Althouse in the ruck. One umpire, the central umpire, wants to ball it up, but she's given the free kick in the middle to Waratahs. Not sure what happened there, but Waratah now. Big kick. Mickey Roberts underneath it. Finning not facing the right way. Should have been a free kick or a mark. Roberts marks it, sends it out wide. Wanamara leading the foot race there ahead of Ferguson. Ferguson does well, gets front position and picks it up, gets a little kick away. Tar's trying to kick off the ground. They just need to pick it up today. Little kick comes out of the pack though. No one can pick that ball up. And now Buffs with a kick away through Ransom, high up and under, and that's a beautiful mark there by Hensler.
So Hensler just cutting it off on the half back there, and she's got a nice long kick, but it's straight in the midst of Mickey Roberts there, and she's calling all their players across, but she'll look to just go back inboard here and some corridor footy into a 2-on-1, but Jean stands up strong for Tars and takes an overhead mark. So she'll look to change lanes as she does, and she's got the runner in Finning there who just can't quite take control, and her teammate in Hudson just wore that one a little bit on the shoulder, and Malboy, beautiful cut-off, deep line of defence. I'd want her on my team any day with her skills and her experience.
Yeah, Malboy now switching it out to the grandstand side. Majindi gets there first, just one step, gets a kick away. It's going to go across the line. She wants to touch it before it goes over, because it'll be the lasso rule, and it'll be a free kick to the Waratahs. Don't think Waratahs realise yet that it's their free kick.
Risky.
So the kick will be taken by Erin Hunt. Should send this one inside 50. Doesn't quite come off the boot. Molly Althouse first one there. Just picks it up one-handed. Gets the handball off to a teammate. Buffs are going to kick it out of defence. But they got no one at the back of the pack. The ball goes over the top, and Maddie Jeans was the first one there. Gets the handball away now to Adams. Goes across field. Liz Watkins there all on her own, should pick it up, and does. Had a fantastic second quarter. Runs through the middle, takes a bounce. Needs to get a kick away here because there's 3 or 4 Tars players and they've wrapped her up and caused her to spill the ball.
Yeah, just not quite working together here. There was 4-on-1 there in the middle, and they've turned it over straight in the hands of Hart Looney in the middle there. So she'll go into the forward line, and a great contest by Stokes, and it looks like she's just caught Tassone's leg underneath there, and that didn't look nice. But Warburton pursuing this ball in the middle of the ground. She's got some support in Roberts, who picks it up. She's got Harder Looney. She goes for a nice handball, and Harder Looney picks it up and runs deep inside. She's gone to a 2-on-1 in Buff's favour, and Jean's there. She's been everywhere for Tars today, and she gets a quick handball out and a kick to Tassone on the far side.
Yeah, Tassone now sticks to that far side. Her kick, though, chopped off by Mickey Roberts. She's done it all day. I'm not sure who's on her, but she has intercepted a lot of ball for the Buffs today, Mickey Roberts. So Tars need to have a look at that. Head over the ball, Buffs there. They're probably going to get a free kick for that one. Yeah, it's a high tackle, so Buffs with the free kick about 60 metres out from goal.
So it looks like Cardona's got this free kick, and she's just a mark on the paint of the 50, and she just doesn't quite point her toe with that kick and just gets it up and under, and a great bump by Ransom just to protect the footy and get a quick hands to a runner who's just kicked that one out on the full.
So 13 minutes into the third quarter, we've got a 5-point ball game on our hands. All goals have been scored down the Pint Club end, so the ball is down the Michael Long Centre end, and Waratahs are bringing it in. Safe kick there, so a good little mark there by Tars. They're going to stick to the far side. Goes off hands at the back. Mickey Roberts once again. Little high kick looking for Watkins. She's underneath it and takes a nice safe mark. been really impressed with Watkins today.
Yeah, she's just playing her own game on the wing, and she's been manned up at times, but she's out-bodied people and used her skills to her advantage. And she goes
fitness as well.
She goes inside 50, and a quick read off the play was Warburton, and she follows her work up. She's still pursuing that footy, gets a beautiful little kick away, and Henry is just front and centre there. She picks it up, she taps one off, goes, the goals are right there. Come at me, Cadell's on the line. She can't quite take it and get away from her defender, and Tars have been... Oh, nope, looks like Buffs have been rewarded. I'm assuming this might have been a tripping and low tackle free kick, so Cadell will take a shot on goal, only about 10-15 metres out on a slight angle.
Wow, we haven't had any goals scored down the Michael Long centre end today, but now we have, and the Buffs have kicked a goal late in this third quarter to extend their lead. 5-3-33 to Waratah 3-4-22, an 11-point ball game, and that goal going to Alma-Ray Cadell.
Yeah, and just down to that Michael Long end of the Richmond Tigers at Footy Club. They're up here for a pre-season camp, and I know that they had a session with the Talent Academy, the NT Thunder under 18s or so this morning, and I'm sure that would have been a nice little chance to learn off the best in the business. And I hope they're enjoying their time here in hot, sweaty Darwin. The weather's turned on just for them.
Yeah, good to see a few of the Territory boys, Daniel Rioli and Morris Rioli Jr. On the trip, and taking everyone over to the Tiwi Islands this week. And their hometown, always a pretty special trip over to the Tiwi Islands. But it's a big game, this round 17 game in towards zero round. And we've got an 11-point game on our hands, 15.5 minutes into the third quarter.
I think Nightcliff will be wanting Buffs to get over this one to give them a little chance to get into the third spot on the ladder, but Jean's right at the back, strong, solid and composed. She goes inside the corridor to Smith, who takes a great mark, and I think Tarza got really composed and really structured footy, and when it's not coming off and it's chaos, they don't really respond, and they've had a chance to be slightly more composed this quarter. But in pursuit is Hensler at the bottom of that, but Malboy keeps her feet. She's going to try to force this ball. She's trying to get out, and it's inside, but out comes to Roberts. She's just always in the right spot at the right time, and she gets a quick kick out wide. But running onto it is Tassone, and she's wrapped up by, looks like Cadell there, and she'll take that free kick for holding the footy. Oh, no.
So Buffs, though, Hudson, little kick, finds the hands of Henry. She's played a pretty good game today. Her kick, finding Bianca Stokes, the captain, in the zero jumper. Stokes runs in, sends it goalward, but her kick has missed and gone through for a behind. So that should be 2 straight goals, the margin now. 3-4-22, Waratah trailing Buffaloes 5-4-34.
So this ball's been kicked back in, but Buffs with the numbers there. Hart Aluni picks it up first. She's looking inboard, but cut off there by Tars and the runner, and she'll run straight up looking for Finning in the corridor, but Dowdy just used her body well. She's going to take her on, and Finning in pursuit. Tars have numbers there. Getting it out to Hunt, but Hunt puts a teammate in Tassone under pressure, and Dowdy still pursuing it, gets a kick smothered off the boot. Still going through the middle there. Looks like Hudson, she's come back up, and Jeans reads that best, but Watkins sitting in the hole just drops a bit of a sitter there, but uses her strong body and takes off around, and she's going to kick it inside. Buffs forward 50, and Winstanley first to the footy, but in pursuit is Stokes. She'll wrap her up here, forces the ball over the boundary line, and we'll get a throw in deep inside Buffs 50, deep inside this third quarter.
Yeah, 17.5 minutes have ticked over. There won't be much left. Buffs have the ball up their end, but it's still a couple of kicks away from goal as we just wait for the goal umpire to throw it in front of the McMahon Services and Intract sponsorship signs. Throw in now. Schmidt at the back there, misses the ruck, tapped down by Buffaloes. Wanamara spins out of trouble, puts it on the right, high up and under, big pack underneath it, no one can take a mark, picked up by Buffs, gets it out to Bianca Stokes. Stokes puts it on the boot, and that's gone out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, Stokes had a few chances on goal today, and she's got more time than what she thinks, so maybe a bit more communication and a shepherd from her teammates will turn those few kicks into goals and give them a bigger lead.
Such a dominant fullback for the first half of her career. She's made the move to the forward line as Waratah kick it in. Finning taking that mark down on her knees in front of Althouse. They're going to stick to the far side, and she's hit up a teammate once again. So probably too far from goal to score before the three-quarter time siren. Mickey Roberts just cutting it off again. Gets her kick away. Players underneath it. Schmidt causes it to come to ground. Waratah over the ball, can't quite pick it up. Now they do. They go backwards to Finning, who gets the kick away, and she's got a player there in Patmore out in front, but Mickey Roberts is also there. Second player comes in for Buffs, picking it up. Doughty gets the handball away. Gets well tackled. Little kick off the ground by Tars. Magini, first one there, just diving on it, not allowing Tars any freedom. Now they get away, get the kick away. In front, over the top comes Tars, and there's the three-quarter time siren. So it was all, it was pretty even that quarter, but it was all Buffaloes in the second quarter, which has set up that margin. And we'll go to the three-quarter time break. Buffaloes 5-4-34, leading Waratah 3-4-22.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the final quarter of this round 17 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League game. And what a game we've had on our hands. And some might say, surprisingly, it is Buffaloes in the lead going into the final change. 5-4-34 to Waratah, 3-4-22. A 2-goal margin after not kicking anything in the first quarter. Sam, big last quarter coming up.
Yeah, massive, and it was equal scoring, 1 goal, 1 each apiece last quarter. So Buffs have the scoring end, and they broke the curse last quarter, kicking a goal. But the ball's gone back up here for this final quarter, which will be an interesting one. And Wynne Stanley just roves that out of the middle. She's looking for a teammate, got put under pressure, but coming at it was Tars, and they've picked it up through Hensler and rolled over the top from Murphy's got it, and she's been wrapped up, but she gets a handball out, reading it nicely off the boot was Buffs, and a kick outside of their forward 50. And Wungamara there, she's opened her candy shop. Can she? She's knocked one off, gets a handball to a teammate in Cadell, who's just been run down. And that is Jolene Bauer. Take a bow yourself, because you've just done a goal-saving tackle, I'd say, on Buffs, but Tars haven't used it well, and it's just been smothered off the boot. But coming at it again is Wynne Stanley, and she takes him on, gets a short kick, looking for a teammate in Netherway, and she gets it out to Finning. Finning picks it up, not marked inside 50, but picked up there, and a kick inside is Hudson, and Sophia Malboy in front.
Yep, held without it. Yeah, well done, Sophia Malboy. She's just having a great game out there for Buff. She saved a number of goals. That kick going to Henry. Henry just blazes away through the middle, goes over the top of everyone. Now there's a foot race on for the ball. Bianca Stokes almost giving away a free kick, does really well. Handball's off the ground, but goes in the Waratah's direction. Rubio Dwyer now clearing kick out in front of Doughty for Buffaloes. He's going to get there first. The bounce doesn't favour her, and it's kicked off the ground by Tars. Finning comes in. There's no one on Finning in this last quarter. We've talked about it all game, how important it is to man up. That little kick by Tars. Molly Althouse there trying to chop it off, and Buffs pick it up, get that kick away through the middle, but it's all Tars there out on the wing. Another unfortunate bounce allows Buffs to come in. Drew Cook with the pressure there. Players over the ball. It comes out the back. No one able to pick it up, so it's kicked off the ground now. Doughty coming through, gets a kick away. In front of it, Stokes takes a good mark out in front of her player, about 80 out. Turns around quickly, plays on because she's got Henry all on her own. Should mark it. She plays on quickly, running into goal, takes a bounce. Kiara Henry. Oh, that kick just goes along the ground, and it is touched on the last line of defence by Waratahs. So
yeah, Maddie Jeans there with the pressure on Henry, just managed to put that on, and she's rolled it along the ground, and Rubio Dwyer, sensible in the square, just touched that, and they'll just take their time to bring this back in, getting their numbers back.
Important point you made a minute ago, Sam, that all of the goals bar one have been scored down the Pike Club end in this game. Waratah with the kick in now out in front of the St Mary's Clubhouse. Looking for a teammate there, can't quite hit that mark. Running through, I think that was Jeans again, gets a high up and under. Almost a mark there to Hart Aluni of Buffs. Gets the hands off to Molly Althouse, who sends it inside 50. Out in front the Buffs, but another unlucky bounce, and at the back O'Dwyer trying to mop it up. Just throws it across the line, and it should be a throw in.
Yeah, good pressure by Cardona there for Buffs, just forcing that. No, Dwight didn't really have a choice, but kind of just fumbled that one over the line, hoping some of her teammates will buy some time to get them back deep inside 50.
So dangerous here for Waratah, and an opportunity for Buffs to really put a nail in the coffin of this game. They've got a 12-point margin at the moment, but the throwing goes over the top of everyone. But at the back, Mickey Roberts again plays on quickly, little left foot kick, and Buffs have marked it. Shea Warburton there will have a shot on goal from about 35 metres out for Buffaloes.
You just can't go past Mickey Roberts. She doesn't have to be that runner all day, and she's in the right position every single time.
She just reads the ball so well and can lose her player. So Shea Warburton now going for goal. On the left, good looking kick off the boot, but gone through for a behind, but an important behind, because that draws them out to a 13-point margin. So Buffs really need to kick 3 goals if they want to win this game. Waratah need to kick 3 goals. The score, Buffaloes 5-6-36, Waratah 3-4-22.
O'Dwyer just taking Cadell on there, and she gets a kick out, and Mickey Roberts just positions herself nicely and uses her body.
50 metres.
Netherway has a run straight through the mark, and Mickey Roberts will say, thanks for a nice easy shot on goal.
Wow, that is costly in the context of this game, Sam.
Yeah, just I would probably say tiny bit unlucky, but Mickey Roberts had taken the mark and pushed back, and Netherway just cruised across there, so fair enough.
So it should be a certain goal to the Buffaloes here. Mickey Roberts, one of the most experienced players in the team and on the ground out there today, just strolls in, puts it on the left and has kicked a goal. She's probably my best on ground today for her defensive work across half-back. Mickey Roberts has probably, as I said, put the nail in the coffin for Tars in this game. The score now, Buffalo 6-6-42, Waratah 3-4-22, so a 20-point margin, which has been the biggest of the game so far.
Yeah, and they'll just extend that. So Tars will have to dig deep here, and it looks like they've got Smith back in the ruck. She's a good, strong body through the middle. Not sure who will go up. You got Old House in there, but I think she's been playing as a on-baller as well today. So it'll be interesting who goes up for the ruck against Smith. But Tars will have to do something special here because they've only kicked the 3 goals for the game to help their team.
Yeah, they've put Finning in the back line for Tars. Smith's in the ruck, like you said.
She's just stepped out, actually.
Okay, so yeah, just a few changes here. Old House, though, in the ruck against Hunt. Tars, Buff streaming forward through Liz Watkins. Ball misses everyone. Stokes gets there first. She needs some support. Waratah going to mop it up. Nicole Schmidt comes in now, gets a little hand on it. Unlucky not to mark it there, Waratah. They still get that kick away. Chase on for the ball on the wing, but it's going to go across the line.
Yeah, interesting decision there. Hunt just went in for that tap against Old House, and Old House just went great. And then Smith didn't quite read Watkins off that ball and just left her by herself. And she's been another great player for Buffs all day today too. So not the smartest bit of footy there, but they'll get another chance here as the ball comes back in and Hunt just turns her opponent in Old House around, but Old House read the bounce best. And she'll go deep inside forward 50. She's got Schmidt, she's got Stokes, she's got Wongamara, and Wongamara's going to let her opposition get it first and hope she can dive on it, but Hadjic sitting under it there with Wongamara just holding it in and forcing that ball up in deep inside Buffs 50.
So dangerous again for Waratah here, and Buffs with another opportunity to score as players run in to take the ruck. Looks like Bailey this time for Waratah, but won there by Clemens of Buffs. Wongamara runs in, kicks a goal, celebrates with her teammates, and Buffaloes have nearly put this game to bed against Waratah in probably a bit of an upset.
Yeah, that's Wongamara's second goal for the game. She opened her candy shop. She just finding that space around, and they're just giving her a metre, and she'll take a mile as she did. And she doesn't love a set shot as we saw before, but loves a snap on goal that she just did, and she'll just put that nail in the coffin and celebrate it as well. So
26-point margin now. Darwin Buffaloes 7-6-48, leading Waratah 3-4-22 at almost the 8-minute mark of the final quarter. Very interesting game.
Yeah, and as you said before, we got 2 7 o'clock games and 2 for our other games around the grounds, and 2 10 o'clock and 12:30 games here. So it's a context of the game. It's very different playing at night in that nice cooler weather. But as Hunt just picks it up there and looking for a teammate in Lai, and Lai's pursuing that ball, but she's got Clements hot on her heels, and Clements just uses her body, pushes her out the way, picks it up, and a quick kick down the line. And first there is Lapira, and she'll pick it up with a kick there, and she's got a teammate, but Cook there pursuing it, can't quite pick it up, and Ferguson pops out the back with it, looking for a teammate, but Watkins sitting there waiting for that footy. She's just going to take him on. She looks to switch, but she's gone just inside the corridor, and she's got Tars all back there, and they'll pick it up, and they'll look him board and found Hunt. She'll play on, looking to go just inside their forward 50. Coming at it is Hensler, I believe, or that's Glover, sorry. And she'll just let her teammates, and they look like they're flooding back. She needs to move this on.
Yeah, there was no one in the 50. Mickey Roberts just comes in front, though. She's chopped off another one, puts the handball out in front of herself, and then kicks it off the ground to the advantage of Watkins. Watson with a little kick through the middle, but running through, Waratah meet the ball. Can't quite take it now. 2 Tars out there on 1 Buffs, but they've done well, Buffs, and Wongamara is going to get the possession and get a kick away, but chopped off in defence by Tars.
So Lapira, she's popped up a little bit this quarter in that half back line. She'll go out wide to a teammate in Ferguson. Didn't quite attack the ball, but Clemens did to affect the spoil. But Lapira picks it up. She looks for a teammate, and her teammate she found was not of the right colour in the double blues in Mickey Roberts from the Darwin Buffs, and she'll cut that off at the half back. She hasn't got many options coming at her, but she just kicks to space into a lane change, and there's a 3-on-2 here from Buffs, but first to it is Tassone. She picks it up, can't quite get a clear kick away, but she'll pursue this footy towards the boundary line, and Hart-Aluni just overrunning it a bit, and Henry's in there, Cook's in there, but out the back is Hunt for Tars, and she'll kick around the body looking for a teammate. First there was Hudson, and Hudson's got Majindi on her, but Finning comes through. She just gets around Grace Dowdy, but Dowdy pursued and should be rewarded with this tackle. And play on, says the umpire, and keep going, Dowdy. You'll get it back because Watkins there to back you up across the middle, and Watkins will run onto this footy, and Ferguson just overruns it. She's got a 3-on-1 to beat. Watkins still going. Still pursuing. She's just affected that kick and that smother, and Tars have got numbers. Tars going to go deep, but sitting back there is Malboy, and she just waited for it but picked it up off the bounce, and she's gone out wide to the far side wing where she's got Watkins but Winstanley for Tars first there. She takes on both. She runs around. She's kicked it inside 50. Can they get a mark? And they do through Glover. Great commitment there, and Malboy's just helping her up there. So Glover, beautiful mark inside Tars forward 50.
Yeah, great mark by Glover. I thought Malboy almost got a punch away, but she hit the ground pretty hard. So she's going to take her time here, and it's almost the 11-minute mark of this final quarter. Probably a bit too late for Waratahs to stage a comeback, but Glover having a shot on goal. Not going to get the distance or the accuracy, and that's gone through for a behind. So still Waratahs with this lead, 7-6-48 to Waratah 3-5-23.
Yeah, Glover gave that a bit. She would have kicked it about 40 just then, so good to know. She's got a nice long kick on her, but coming out is Majindi with this ball. She'll just look, it just comes off the side of the boot, favourable to Laura Smith there, who'll take a mark, and she's just looking for a target. She goes in short to Finning. Finning sits under it, uses her strength, picks it up. She's got a teammate running back in Murphy, but it's just beat her to the line, and we'll get a boundary throw in right next to the behind post, deep inside Tars 50.
So a super important win for Buffaloes in the context of their finals campaign today. If they can just finish out this game, they should hold 5th spot now before finals.
So ball's been brought back in here. Nobody really won that, but Ferguson in pursuit, James in pursuit, and it's just been kicked off the deck, and Winstanley's out the back there. She goes for a little step, but smothered off the boot by Henry. He's just pursuing, and Smith's in there using her strength. She's brought to ground by Dowdy, and we'll get a ball up here. Oh, nope, we won't. We'll get a free kick for holding the footy. And that will go to Dowdy, and she's looking wide, and there's a... Bianca Stokes comes running at it. She's just tripped over there, but she will look. Ball's been kicked inside Tars 50, and Dowdy can't quite take that cleanly. But coming in was Smith, and Winstanley again at the back. She's really trying to lift her team, but Cook just pursuing this, has a tap, picks it up, kicks around the corner to Warburton, who just can't quite take it cleanly, but she's got support through Clemens, who has just kicked it, and she's going to try get it out, but I think that will be a lasso free kick, and nearly beat the boundary line there.
Yeah, so Lapira from Waratahs takes the kick in, high up and under, no one can mark it. But picked up by Henry. She's tried super hard today. She's just a running machine for the Buffs. Tries to kick it off the ground but misses. She's got Jeffrey there in support. Tars go to ground and the ball goes out the back. Trying to tap it out again. Winstanley goes back inboard, picked up by Buffs, get the little kick away. Everyone's kicking it off the ground here, so it's messy football. Now Tars with the kick down the ground, and a lovely leading mark there to Emma Zayman. She's done some good things today.
She has. She's quite strong as well, and as you said, it's been very sloppy as we head towards the end. But again, a bit of a sloppy free kick there given away by Tars, and that'll go into the hands of Watkins again. And she'll just looking to slow this play down and take control of this game as we are 1 minute off heading into overtime, but she'll go long down the line. She finds a teammate, can't quite get there, is Cardona, but still pursuing it. She's got Wungamara, she's got Cardona there. Wungamara just taps it off the deck to a teammate in Warburton who puts it on the left, has a snap at goal, but it's going to bounce just left and go through for a behind.
That was super work by Shea Warburton, but unlucky for her, just another behind. So Buffaloes now 7:49 are leading Waratah 3-5-23 as the Tars bring it back in, and Maddie Jeans taking that kick in. Gives the hands straight back to her running teammate who gets the kick away. Mickey Roberts should get a free kick for in the back, and she does. And again, just another intercept for Mickey Roberts. Every time Waratahs have tried to come down the field, she's been there chopping them off.
Yeah, so Roberts will go inside. It's not quite marked there, and Smith picks it up, takes a few on, gets a bit of a handball out. Mickey Roberts there, head over the footy, can't quite affect it, but great strong tackle there by Buffs, and comes out the back to Cadell. She goes around the corner on the right. Tars have got numbers here. You'd hope that they'd be able to get this one out, but in pursuit is Cardona, and she's going to try her best and lays a beautiful tackle, but I believe that she's given away a free kick for just hanging on a bit too long there, so Tars will get this free kick deep inside their defensive 50.
Yeah, Maddie Jeans comes up with that. She'd be in Tars top 5 today, and we'll go through the best players at the end of this game. Gets a little kick away. Should be a free kick now to her teammate Georgia Hadjic. Just the bit of high contact there by the Buffs player. So Hadjic now on the defensive 50. Almost the 16-minute mark of this final quarter. Hadjic sends it down long, and it's going to go over untouched. So the lasso rule comes into place, and Buffs will kick it in.
Ransom will take this free kick. And there's a lot of tired people there and tired players as we head into time on. And Ransom just looks just in board. And sitting out the back is Majindi there. But Tars straight onto it through Bauer. And Bauer just gets it forward and just knocking it forward here. Lie in pursuit. She's got support from her teammate in Murphy. But Murphy just gets knocked off the footy there. And comes out with it is Hadjic. But she's got a 3-on-1 in Buff's favour. And Malboy just beautiful composure and skills. Picks that one up. Looking for a teammate in Warburton. Warburton in pursuit by Lapira, and Lapira just didn't quite affect that kick, and Jeans read it best, but can't take the mark, and Wungamara has a bounce, has two, in about 10 metres. She goes on the right, can't quite bend it back, and out in the fall she'll go. So Rubio Dwyer will take a kick for Tars inside their defensive 50.
Such an excitement machine, Amber Wungamara. She probably doesn't need to bounce it as often as she does, but that's part of her natural play, and that's how they play out in the communities, which we all love to watch, as Maddie Jeans just picks that one off for Tars. Goes in the Finning direction, but Molly Outhouse reads it best, comes through, chucks it on the right. Wungamara is over the back, but a beautiful defensive mark by Waratah in Rubio Dwyer once again back there.
So Dwyer's just going, come on, where are you all? She'll look to switch the ball on the far side, and she does just that, and she gets it just outside the 50. In pursuit is Hunt versus Henry, and Henry's first to the ball, but using her body. Henry, beautiful work, just worked her on. She's got a 2-on-1 here, and I think the umpires have blown their whistle.
Yeah, it'll be a Buffs free kick, and Henry doesn't muck around. She plays on quickly, runs around the player on the mark as the siren goes, and Darwin Buffaloes have caused the upset of the round here, knocking off third place Waratah 7-7-49 to Waratah 3-5-23. Sam, some of your better players for both teams?
Yeah, definitely Old House. She was great and strong all day when she needed to be. Schmidt was great. She kicked 2 goals for her team. I'd say Kiara Henry there. Liz Watkins, she was on the wing running up and down in good positions, and I cannot go past Mickey Roberts as well in defence. As for the Tars, I'd say Wynne Stanley was in and around it all day. Laura Smith had her body through the footy. Rubio Dwyer so strong down there. She would have stopped about 4 or 5 of those goals from getting through. And Maddie Jeans and Jolene Bauer as well were definitely in my tops for both sides.
So a big day of footy here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. Thanks for watching. My name's Liz Cruz, and thanks Sam for joining me in the commentary box today. We've got the men's game coming up next, Buffaloes and Waratah, another important game in the scheme of finals. So stick around and watch the rest of the day's play here on NT News or AFL NTV.